Right, well, I hope you're all well. Doing a lot of balancing at the beginning of this class, so there's a bit of coordination that's going to practice. So we're going to start standing up because most useful balance is on 2 feet, but we are going to do some balancing in all fours because then you can really test your hips without involving your feet. So we're going to start with our feet about hip width, pointing forward, and then just sway forward and back onto your feet. And then keep your weight back on your heels and drop your ribs right down, but try and be tall with that. So though you're kind of trying to slump your ribs down, we're actually trying to also put some long in. So it does lift your ribs away, but it's not a lift of the front compared to the back, it's a lift of the whole thing. Okay, and then let's lift your shoulders hard up towards your ears. Make fists with your hands, screw your face up, take a breath in. And as you breathe out, open your hands, let your shoulders drop, and just let your face relax. Again, breathe in, hard squeeze, and breathe out, and relax. We'll do that one more time. Hard squeeze, and then relax. Let's take arms up overhead, go into a side bend, turn and look at the top hand, and press that hand onto the ceiling. Take a big breath in here, a breath that widens your rib cage, so you'll feel the muscles under your armpits stretch. And then let's go over to the other side and look up, turn your palm, press. Breathe into these muscles all down the side. Your ribs need to widen. We'll do that one more time each side. So we go up and over, press the ceiling, breathe in. And then as you breathe out, over to the other side, press the ceiling, looking up, big breath in. And then let's come up, bring your hands down to your hips. So we're going to work out our feet a bit and then get them to balance. So we'll just try and just mobilize them a bit. So tiptoes up and down. So this shortens the back of your leg and the sole of your foot, and then lengthens it as they come down. If you feel juddery as you come down, you need to go down more slowly. You need to keep the ball of your knuckle of your big toe, the big toe side of the ball of your foot hard down. So you'll feel more of these lower and outside calf muscles work. Okay, now let's leave your heels down and bend and straighten both knees. And go to your limit. So go down as low as you can, which might not be the same on each foot. You might find you're doing a little bit of a twist. So each ankle, both ankles don't bend the same. And your weight needs to stay on your heels here. So you're really doing a true bend of your ankles, whereas if your heels lift, it's kind of fake. Okay, now let's stay down at your lowest point. Maybe that puts you in a bit of a twist. And then lift both your heels off. And then straighten up. And bring both heels down. Bend both knees. Lift heels off. Straighten both legs. And then bring both heels down again. Bend. Tiptoes. Straighten. Heels down. Bring both heels up. Bend both knees. Bring both heels down. Straighten your legs. Up onto tiptoes. Bend. Heels come down. Make sure they get right down onto the ground. Straighten. Again. Bend. And heels come down. Good. The feet should feel a bit warmed up. Let's just give them a little shake. And we're going to go on to one leg. So you can lift your favourite one first, as in leave your favourite one on the floor, or you can do the one that you least like lifting first. It'll probably be a little bit longer on your first side, so best to keep your weaker leg down on the ground and go for your less favourite. And when you're up in that tabletop position, we're going to make sure your hips are back. So you don't want a bend in your knee at all, and you don't want your toes to grip the floor at all. So you use all these muscles in the back of the leg, and you might feel more wobbly that way because we use our toes a lot to help us with balance, but they shouldn't be on all the time. They're not for balance, for general balance use, they're for emergency balance use. So have your toes free from the ground here. If you need a chair or you need a wall for this exercise, we're going to spend a long time on one leg, so have one nearby if you need it. It's most important that you keep the cues rather than don't hold on to something. Okay, let's now put that foot up and down. So that leg can move while the other one balances. And you should be able to bring this lifted leg down to the floor straight and lift it up without your hips having to change. So you are holding this side up with the other side, and it's not dropped down so that you can't get a straight leg. Okay, now let's hold that knee up. Arms out to the side. Make fists with both of your hands. Reach those fists away from each other. Straight standing leg, hips back. Your toe can be on the floor here, or you're holding on to something if it's too difficult. We're going to turn to look down one of your arms. Your eyes move and your whole head moves. Take a breath here. Try and have your shoulders down. And then let's turn and look down the other arm. Breathe and exhale. Bring your head in. Straighten that leg down to the floor. It should get to the floor. Now try and have it at a hover. So you're just lifting, same leg is lifting just off the floor. Lower it and lift it. Lower and lift. So sideways, I'm just pushing the foot into the floor, down into the floor more so the other hip lifts. Hold it up. Relax your shoulders down. Tuck your chin in. Turn your eyes and your head to look down one arm. Take a breath. Exhale, turn, look down the other arm. And then turn back again. Okay, we're going to put that foot down. We're going to come back to that other side. We'll do the other one next. So try and be equal on both feet first. Hips in the center of both of your feet and hands are on your hips. And then we're going to lift the other leg. So you need to be kind of equal first so that you know where you don't want to move from. You're trying to keep as much of that positioning as you can. While that leg is up, hips are back, ribs are down, crown of your head is lifted, knees not bent. Let's straighten and bend that leg. It can make it to being straight. You can go slower, you can keep your foot nearer the floor, so you're just doing a little lift off. You can hold on to something. What you don't want to do is drop or grip your toes or bend your knee. Hold this leg up, arms out to the side and fists. Reach those fists away from each other. Okay, we're going to take a breath in as you exhale, turn and look down one arm. And then here, exhale, turn, look down the other arm. And then let's turn forward. Put that leg down, straight. Hover it off the floor. Lift it and lower it by pushing the other foot into the floor. Feet should still be hip width apart, so if your hips go out to the side, your legs will come together. Try not to grip those toes, but the toes should be on the floor, so they're ready to grip when they're needed, and they might do the odd on and off grip, but you want to be mostly off. Keep that leg lifted, straight leg. Take a breath. Turn and look down one arm. Inhale, exhale, turn and look down the other arm. And then next exhale, we're going to turn face forward and put that foot down. We haven't finished, that's just a little prep. Well, that's half of it. Give a shake, feet hip width again. Hips back, ribs down. Let's lift that first leg. Arms out to the side and fists. You're going to sway forward and back onto your foot. So you're doing a small push forward and back, gripping your toes, then really taking your bottom back so your weight is on your heels. So on the other leg now, swapped again. Okay, let's hold your hips back. Straighten your leg and check that it doesn't reach the floor or just reaches the floor, but it can go straight, and then come back up to a bend. Okay, we're going to wave our arms round, so like you're calling for help. SOS, come and save us. Keep steady on that foot, don't let your knee bend. So the movement will just disrupt you a bit. And you might find your toes coming into grip and help you. They need to come off again. Okay, let's take our arms out to the side. In fists again, reaching them away. This lifted leg is going to go behind us now. So turn sideways. We're going to take it behind us and reach back and find the floor with the ball of your foot. Both points of the ball of your foot down here. Push your heel back behind you, and then we're going to use that back foot as a spring to push off the floor and take you back up to that tabletop position. So you're going to lean in to take weight onto your front foot, push the back foot off the floor and bring it forward. Take it back, find the floor, push your heel down, so it makes that foot into a rigid lever, which is what pushes you off as you walk, and then we're going to push off the floor and bring that leg up. Let's take it back again. And again, here, push. So there's an action of your stabilizing hip to bring that foot up, and there's also a push off the floor behind you to bring that foot up. Both those bits are really important part of walking. Okay, let's do one more. Now we're going to keep that foot back behind us. So we're in a lunge position. You want to have foot, knee and hip lined up. So you can just see whether you can step that foot in and everything would be lined up. Drop your ribs down. Let's keep our arms out and drop your shoulders down. You can also hold onto a chair here or a wall if you need to. Keep your ribs down. So try not to make this lunge into this. Most of us can't have a neutral pelvis here. In fact, no one will have a neutral pelvis here. So we can lengthen our back by making sure our ribs are dropped down. Always, unless they're needed, then they come back down again. So neutral position for them is down. Okay, your arm of your front leg is going to stay where it is. The other arm is going to come round to try and meet it. Doesn't look right sideways, I'll just go like this. So we open out, take a breath in, breathe out and twist over your front leg. You're turning towards your front knee. Breathe in to come out, breathe out, twist. And again. So this hand could be holding onto a chair if you need it to be. As you twist round, you're going to feel more stretch down the inside of that back leg thigh, the front of the thigh. If you don't, you need to push that heel further back, try and straighten that leg. There should be one. The heel should be pushing straight back behind you, so you can feel that there's an actual rotation in that hip. That's why it aches. You might not be able to feel it's a rotation, but it will feel as a stretch. Okay, let's take that arm wide again. Now we're going to reach this same arm, reach it up and side bend over this arm out to the side, arm of your front leg. Take it out again. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep that heel pushing back behind you. You've got weight weighing into your front foot. You've also got weight in your back foot. You might have more on one and less on the other, depends how many you ask to push off. Try and go for about equal. Okay, arm out to the side now, and now we're going to imagine there's something on the floor in front of your front foot, so maybe about 30 centimeters in front of it. You're going to reach down to get it. So you're reaching down to that thing, And you might be able to go all the way down, but you mostly use your back. So you're going to just reach until you can feel that your back hasn't really changed that much. So if you feel your back moving, come back up again. You're going to reach forward. You'll feel the weight of your upper body go into that front glute. Let's take your arm out again. And again, reach forward. Let's hold it there. This whole glute switched on, all the way down to that foot. We're going to stay here, or you're going to try and lift the back leg. So you're going to reach even further towards the floor. You're peeling your back foot off the floor in order to put more weight onto your front one, not taking your body further down. And maybe you can lift the back leg up. So keep your arms in this position. One hand could be holding onto a chair. And we're lifting and lowering the back leg, if you can. If not, you're just keeping it on the floor. So there's very small change in position. And you're just weighing into that front foot. And you're going to feel the calf work. And you're really going to feel the glute work goes up the back of your leg. Let's do 2 more lifts and lowers. And then let's put that foot down and come back up into that lunge position. And we're going to push off the floor behind us to take that back foot up into the tabletop position again. So you're going to push to bring that leg up. Okay, good. We're going to put that foot down. So that's really getting that glute going. Let's put your feet back to hip width. Have a shake. This is walking defined. Okay, arms out in fists to either side. Let's lift the other leg now. So this is the leg that you were weighing into before, the front leg. Now is going to be the back leg. We're going to hold it up. Just check that you can bring it down and it doesn't need to bend. And then let's bring it back up again. Okay, ribs are down. Let's take this lifted leg behind us, reach right back and find the floor. It doesn't matter how large your lunge is. When you're walking, it's about like this. Tiny, tiny, short lunge. So you can exaggerate it or you can keep it short. We're going to push the heel back behind you and then push off the floor to bring that leg up. Bring that leg back, find the floor, push, and use that back leg to lift you up. So when you're walking, rather than feeling like you're bringing your legs forward, you should feel like you're pushing off the floor behind you, and that brings your leg forward, rather than stepping a leg forward. So push off, which happens to bring your leg forward. Okay, let's go a couple more times. Push. Take it back. Push. And again. Spring off it. You'll feel your toes play a part in that. Ball of the foot and then a little bit of big toe. Okay, let's make this on the last one. Push. And now let's bring that leg back behind you and push the heel hard back, ribs down, weighing into that front foot. Take a breath, breathe out. Your arm out to the side is going to twist over the front leg. Bring it back out again. Twist and bring it out. Push that back heel hard behind you. It should be straight back behind you, not in an angle. So heel over toe. You might not be able to see whether it's doing that, but you can look around and see it, you can. Heel still pushing back. So as you twist, that front of your hip, inside of the groin area, all stretches. Okay, let's do 2 more. Okay, let's bring that arm out wide. Let's reach it up and side bend over. Bring it down again. Up and lift. And down. And again. So you can feel doing these, how, you know, if you have any sort of abdominal surgery, any sort of, especially, you know, if it's keyhole surgery, then it's quite confusing because it looks like there isn't much, you know, damage done, but actually it's just the skin. Like inside, there's just as much as if you had a big slash. So you can feel how this is difficult now to pull. So all those muscle connections are a bit messed up by that scar tissue. Okay, where are we at? We're going to keep our arms out to the side now. Are we pushing off? Yes, we are. We're going to push off the floor behind us and bring that leg up. Just forgot where we were. Okay, let's bring that leg down. Have a shake and roll your shoulders. Let's work our shoulders a bit. So we're going to go into fists again. Arms out to the side. Reach your fists away. Lift your shoulders so that you can get them as low as they can possibly go. And then turn your fists up. So as much as you can, the folds of your fingers and your thumb over them is up towards the ceiling. Little finger pointing forward. Okay, keeping your ribs down here. We're going to take your arms back. We're going to lift them up. We're going to bring them forward and then take them down. So we're doing as large a circles as you can, but you're keeping hard fists. You're reaching your fists away from your shoulders and you're keeping your ribs down. So you're really working through the shoulder joints. This is another of these cars, controlled articular rotation. Really good if you have any shoulder issues, or for all of us actually, front sitting computery type things. Keep your shoulders down as you do these. Keep your fists up. Okay, one more circle in this direction. We're going to go the other way. Hard fists. Yes, you can do this using weights, but you can feel that actually the weight will just take away from what you're actually doing, which is just switching on all your muscles, which all this does. You don't need weights. The next stage would be to add weights, but you really want to concentrate on what you have and concentrate on what you're not moving, so ribs staying down. And we're breathing for these rotations. And you're trying to keep your fists up. Let's finish this circle off. No, let's do one more. Let's add on another. Round we go. Okay, and then just let your arms drop. Open your fingers, just give your fingers a wiggle. And shoulders roll. And then let's roll down. So we're just going to let your arms dangle. Then drop your chin. Then imagine that you've just got like a lead weight in the front of your forehead, and it's going to drag the rest of your body over, and it's just going to pull one vertebrae down at a time towards the floor. And you'll feel your skin start to pull at the back of your legs as you go into a forward fold. You're going to need space in front of you. You can always walk your feet back. You're going to bend your knees so your fingertips get to the floor, and then walk your hands forward and bring your knees down to the floor. Shoulders need to be down away from your ears. Drop all your back down. So you're just going to sling your whole back down to the floor, just dropping it, and then lift your ribs as high as you can get them to go. So that corrects my low back. Most people now will be in a good position. So if you are generally very, very tucked, you might need to give an extra lift to your tailbone up towards the ceiling. If you're if you're hyperlordotic, have a really big dip there, you might need to soften that. But most people go to cow and then lift their ribs as high as they can, and they're in great position. Shoulder down away from your shoulders down, chin tucked in, palms spread out on the floor. Breathe here, your breath in, expanding your belly. Well, it's relaxed anyway, but your ribs expand, and then you breathe out. And you don't tension your tummy as you breathe out, no belly button into spine or anything of that nature. It will just tension itself as you exhale. Okay, we're going to think about extending our right leg behind us on the next exhale. So your toe is going to tuck in behind you. Nothing changed on your right side, nothing changed along your back. Breathe in here. Really, we're on 3 limbs, 3.5. Okay, what we're going to try to do is keep our left side as it is and take our right hand off the floor. If you need to sway over to the left, then do, but we're trying to as little as possible. And then we're going to lift our right hand off the floor and we're going to take it up towards the ceiling. You've twisted your pelvis out, you've twisted your shoulders out. Take a breath, breathe out, and then go down. Try and take it as slowly as you can, so we're not just crashing it down, so you're thinking your way down. And turn your shoulders and turn your hip. Let's do that again. Breathe in to get ready, breathe out. Start to take weight into your left hand, right arm reaching up. Breathe in here, exhale, we're going to put it down. Okay, now we're going to carry on, or we're going to lift our right leg off the floor and we're going to stretch it away, kind of thinking it might be at back height or lower. Breathe in, breathe out, left hand takes your weight, right arm goes up, reach it up towards the ceiling. It's a lot more tricky. You can turn your left foot out a bit to help you, or you can just keep your right foot on the floor. Okay, let's do that again. Breathing in, breathe out. So everything's trying to work out how to balance you here. Breathe in, hold, breathe out, lower. Keep the breath going to keep your core working here rather than your joints just hanging on. Okay, let's bring your right knee in. We're going to do the same with the left. Start in normal all fours, shoulders down away from your ears, chin tucked. Breathe in, breathe out, and your left leg goes back, toe touches the floor, toes tucked. Breathe in to get ready. Breathe out, start to take weight off your left hand and take it up towards the ceiling. Breathe in here. Breathe out, slowly bring it down again. You've got the whole exhale to get it down. Turn your hips to the floor, shoulders towards the floor. Breathe in to prepare, breathe out, same again. Exhale to move, bringing that arm down. The exhale instructs your core to work, so it's necessary. Leg lifted. Try and twist your shoulders out, try and look to the side, try and rotate your pelvis. Exhale to bring that down. Try not to rush it. Again, breathing in. Exhale, twisting up. Exhale to bring left hand down. Turn your pelvis towards the floor and bring your left knee in. Keep your shoulders well down away from your ears, chin tucked. Push into both feet and hover your knees. Breathe here. Exhale, walk your hands back towards your feet. Try and keep your legs hip width. Try and keep them parallel. Take a breath here. And we're going to roll up. You can start to straighten your legs as you start to bring your upper body up. Try and keep equal weight on both feet. And we're just restacking our spine, coming up to standing. Oh, my phone's talking. Reach both arms up, stretch them right up, and then turn to the right. Bring your left hand down, bring your right arm down. So we're in a sideways swivel. Chin tucked in, crown of your head lifted. Breathe in, breathe out. Both arms come up. We're going to turn right around the other way to the left. Arms come down, reach your hands away from each other. Breathe in here, breathe out, reach up, swivel again. This time bring your arms down, palms up. Try and keep your hip bones facing forward. Breathe in here. Breathe out, reach up, twist round the other way. Arms come down, palms up. Breathe in here, reach up. Let's turn round. Let's drop our arms down, tuck your chin. Let's let your arms dangle and start to drop your head. Forehead turned into lead. We're going to roll down. Keep your knees straight first of all, not straight like rigid, locked out straight, but unbent. So quads are relaxed. So go into a straight leg forward fold. And then we're going to bend our knees, fingertips find the floor. And we're going to walk your hands forward, or your legs back, whatever you need have room for. And then you bring your knees down. We're back in all fours. Shoulders down away from your ears. Chin tucked. Start to move through your low back. So you're pushing your low back up towards the ceiling and then taking it down towards the floor. This tucks and untucks your pelvis. Try and lead from your back rather than your pelvis. So just think of like a string attached to the lowest point of your low back, and it's lifting and then allowing it to drop down. You're breathing in here, your breath in expands your rib cage, and your breath out is as long as you can get it to last, coming from deep within your torso. Okay, let's find neutral. So your tailbone's going to lift. You're going to push into your hands so your rib cage lifts. Let's walk our hands a little bit further forward. Hips should be over your knees, hands forward of that. Bring your elbows in, so your elbows are in the same line as your wrists and shoulders. Palms are spread out, every finger making contact with the floor. Keep your chin tucked in. I'm going to lower your elbows down towards the floor. Spread your palms out. Take a breath in as you exhale, press into every finger and then all of your palms, lift your elbows up. Breathe in, exhale, they come down. Breathe in, exhale, they lift up. The slower you do this, the better. You're finding it easy, then bring your hands a bit closer towards you. And then go from there. Don't let your bottom go back behind you. It's your chest going down. Your hips stay still, so it's not a slide back. Keep your ribs up, even when your elbows lower them. Okay, we'll make this one the last one. Keep your elbows tucked right in. We're going to leave your elbows on the floor now. So you're going to bring them down. They're tucked right in. Your hands make the number 11. We're just going to walk your knees back slightly. It depends where you were in the first place, but we just want to make sure your knees are underneath your hips. And let's have your tailbone lifted, and let's push into your elbows and hands so your ribs lift up. Toes are tucked under. We're going to push into your right knee, or at least your right knee is going to connect better to the floor. You can put something under it if it's a bit feeling sensitive. And you're going to hover your left knee off. And then your left leg is going to go out to the side, like you're a dog having a wee against a tree. And then you're going to bring that back in again. So I'll just give you my bottom. You're going to take your leg out to the side. You're going to bring it back in. It's lifting. It's lowering. You're keeping your ribs lifted. So your elbows push into the floor to keep your ribs right off the floor. Your chin is tucked in. So your head is on the same slope as your back. You can see your right thigh and you want that thigh to be vertical. Try and keep your hands as wide as your elbows and your elbows tucked in. Okay, we'll just do one more. And then gently bring that knee down. Check your positioning, shoulders down, chin tucked. Take weight into your left knee, so your right knee lifts. Your toes should be tucked under your left foot if you can bear it. Left knee comes out to the side and in. The whole leg moving as one piece. So there's no swivel. It's just a complete movement of that thigh out to the side. Keep checking your ribs that are lifted. Keep checking your shoulders are away from your ears. Your shoulders will be working pretty hard here if you're keeping those 2 watch points. It doesn't matter how fast the knee goes, you do want to get to your maximum position. Your back shape doesn't change as you do this. Okay, let's make this one the last one. And then let's bring that knee in and put your knees together and put your feet together. Arms where they were. Toes tucked under. Hover both knees off the floor. Shoot your tailbone away from you. We're going to swing your knees from side to side. I'll turn so you can see. Swinging my knees. And breathe. If you need to bring your knees down and have a rest, then just do. Make sure you're breathing in through your nose and taking long exhales. Keep your ribs lifted away from the floor. Okay, let's do one more breath. Okay, next exhale. We're going to take your knees over to the right and bring your hips down. You can do the other side if you've turned out the other way. We're just going to do the other side eventually. So we are side sitting one way. Let's lie over this bottom arm, just come off our elbows. So bottom arm can be stretched underneath you, or you can fold your arm in. Knees are wherever they landed. So they're together, they're bent. Top arm in front of you, reach it away. So you're just stretching that hand out, same level as your shoulder. I'm going to lift the top arm, lift the top leg, and bring them down, and lift them up, and bring them down. Your arm is just going to follow your leg. So your leg's going to go up as high as it can go without anything changing in the rest of your body. Your back is staying exactly where it is, settled onto the floor. Your ribs are tucked in. Now we're going to swap what your arm and leg are doing. So your knee's going to lift while your arm stays down, and then your arm comes up while your knee goes down. Nothing else should be tense. So your head is relaxed on your arms, your other hand is relaxed, your other leg is relaxed. Okay. And we're going to do a similar thing, but in side plank. So we're going to bring our legs in, come up onto an elbow, lift your waist away from the floor. Remember, this can be your plank. If you don't want to go into the full one, we're going to go half or full. Let's tuck your knees back behind you. So your knees won't be in line with your body, but you just want to take your feet a little bit further back. Bring your top hip forward. Stretch your bottom top leg out, and you can do the whole thing in this position, or we're going to lift right up into side plank. My arm's just under there so you can see me lift, so I've got my baggy top on. So top arm is going to go up to the ceiling. Stretch your top leg out. Ribs are tucked in here, chin is tucked in here. We're going to lift your top leg, and we're going to lower your top arm. We're going to bring them back the other way. So it's like there's a string attached hand to foot. So you can do this lying out over the floor. You can do this with your hips down. Try and have a lift of your waist away from the floor. Oh, what am I doing? Whichever position you're in. No, I don't know what I'm doing now. There we go. Found it again. Okay, now we're going to change this up. So as your leg comes up, your arm's going to come up. Just makes you have to think a bit. This is actually easier. Started with the weirder one. For me, anyway. Straight. Arm is reaching. Leg is reaching. Leg is straight. Waist is lifted. Breathing. Long exhales. Think about breathing into your pelvis here. Okay, last one. Let's lower your hips gently down. Bring this top leg in and put the top foot in front of your bottom, the thigh of your bottom leg. And then we're going to push off the floor and try and sit into that space. You're kind of pretzeled up. We're in this position. Don't worry if you don't get your sit bones down. You can be sort of half lying out. You want to sit up and lean in to your legs. So you're trying to open out your hips here, and you'll feel that if you don't make this, if you don't push your pelvis away from you, it doesn't do any of those things. So we're going to sit up, pushing your sit bones down to the floor, and then lean in. Okay, let's bring our hands onto our chest, and let's turn one way, and then turn the other way. And then stay turned the way where you feel the biggest stretch. Opposite hand to your top leg is going to reach forward and get hold of the big toe. And then we're going to lift that leg up. The other hand's going to go behind you on the floor, and we're going to push this heel away. So I'll show you a different view. I'm like this. But hand behind you can come off the floor. And we're going to push our sit bones down to the floor, tuck your chin, and push that toe into that hand. So you feel the stretch down the outside of this leg. Okay, let's bring that leg in. Stretch both legs out in front of you. Go straight. Sit up. We're going to bum walk. Legs are going to be in line with your hips, so feet hip width. Arms are going to be in front of, on top of them. Then we're going to take one heel forward and then the other. So you're shuffling one side of your pelvis forward and then the other. Take as large a steps as you can and try not to do too much rolling from side to side. So try and go forward without the rocking. And your legs should be drawing a straight line, the heels, and your arms should be reaching over them. And we're trying to stay sitting up. When you've reached your limit of space, you go back the other way. You might find walking backwards different to walking forwards. That's easier or more difficult. Go forward again. Okay, let's breathe here. You're using a lot of upper body, and you'll feel your glutes work as well. Long exhales. So we'll do a couple more breaths. Okay, and then cross your legs, hands forward in front of both legs, and drop your head. And just breathe here. Relax your shoulders, let your spine just curve over your legs. in. Let's sit up and let's go into the other side lying position. So we're going to lie out over your bottom arm, bend your knees together. Doesn't really matter the position you're in here, just both legs are bent. We try, upper body does matter though, so your ribs are in, chin is tucked in. Top arm in front of you, reach your hand away. And then, just check your hips are stacked. So knees should be about the same, one on top of the other. Okay, let's lift your arm, lift your leg. The leg goes to its limit. Your arm sticks with the leg. Okay, let's change this up. So your arm and leg are going to do opposite things. One lifts while the other one's lowering. Okay, let's take this up to straight legs and to plank. So we're coming up on an elbow. We're going to bring both feet back behind you. So you bring your knees further back. Stretch your top leg out. Check you've got your ribs tucked in and lifted away from the floor. Chin tucked, head in line with the rest of your spine. Elbow underneath your shoulder. Lift your top arm up. Lift up into half plank. You can do this in full as well. We're going to reach your top arm overhead. We're going to lift your top leg. And then we lower them. Make sure you're staying short in your tummy here, long from your back, along your back. Okay, we'll change this. So they both go up and down together. Remember, you can do this with your hips lift down. You just need to keep your waist lifted. You can also do this lying out. If you've got an issue with the shoulder, still get loads of the hip work. Just try and keep your ribs lifted off the floor. Long exhales. Okay. Last one. We're going to lower down. We're going to bring that top leg in, put the foot in front of the thigh, push off the floor, and we're trying to get our sit bones down, but we're getting as close to that as we can. And we're going to lift up and lean in, pushing your sit bones down towards the floor. So every time you think, oh, it's flexy, then just try sitting up, leaning in. We're going to bring your hands onto your chest. And we're going to turn one way. Don't worry if you need your hands on the floor, then don't do this bit. Turn the other way. And then let's turn to that point where you can feel that position where you feel there's more of a stretch. We're probably turning over your front leg. Opposite arm to the crossed over leg is going to reach down, get hold of the big toe, stretch that leg forward. We're trying to get it straight. Other arm behind you on the floor. Push your sit bones down, lift your chest up. See if that arm can lift off the floor behind you. So keep pushing into that hand. So you're pushing your foot into eversion. You feel all these muscles down the outside of your leg work in eversion. Sitting up, leaning in. Okay, let's bring that leg in and let's tuck both legs up. We're going to do a short lying on our back thing. So get your towel ready behind you. We're going to roll back onto the floor. Head on the towel. And legs up in tabletop. Arms as well. So you just put the non-moving leg down on the floor here if you need to have one foot on the floor. You know you need one foot on the floor if you're holding on to your legs with your back. So you've got this big gap under your low back and your bottom rib is lifted and you're maybe even gritting your teeth or bulging your eyes or finding it difficult to breathe. You need to have your ribs relaxed down. You need your shoulders nice and wide. You need that small gap under your low back. You need to be able to breathe, really relaxed exhales, almost as if you're doing absolutely nothing, almost like you're sleeping. Okay, so both the legs up or one, arms up in the air, palms facing each other. Let's do a few breaths. So breathing in, trying to get your rib cage to expand. You can put your hands on there if you can't tell whether they are or not. And then after that rib cage expansion, you're imagining breathing into your bottom, breathing into your pelvis. And then exhaling, same thing, rib cage contracts and you're breathing out from your bottom. Widen your legs so they're wider than hip width. Widen your arms so they're slightly wider than shoulder width. Okay, we're going to touch left hand onto your left knee. And then we're going to stretch them out slightly. They don't need to go very far, they don't need to go straight. We're going to breathe in, breathe out, touch them together, stretch them out, still breathing out. Breathe in. Okay, now we're going to bring that left knee in. We're going to touch left hand on right knee. Stretch them out. Keep your back shape the same. Keep your breathing as it was. Keep your jaw relaxed. One more. Right hand, right knee. Should be just looking at the ceiling above your head. Let's go across, right hand, left knee. Last one. Let's widen your legs so you can have them bent or straight. You need your knees in line with your hips, so if that doesn't happen straight, it needs to happen bent. Hands are going to go up in front of you, hands in prayer. You can do this with your feet on the floor as well, both feet on the floor, legs wide. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to shoot both hands between both legs. Your chest lifts right up, forward, your shoulders are off the floor. Breathe in, come down. Breathe out, reach forward. Try and make this bit last. Breathe in, come down. If you run out of breath, it's the end. Breathe out. Fill up as you go down. Let's do 3 more. You can always put one hand behind your head if your neck is joining in, or rest. Chin stays fist distance away from your chest. Last one. Let's lie back down. Let's take hold of the big toes of both feet. Knees really wide, heels really wide. Head down on the towel. Aiming to get your tailbone on the floor. You might have to change your leg length and arm length for that, but you're just trying to just relax your back. And then you're breathing, and think about bottom breathing here. And you'll feel your pelvic floor move as you inhale and exhale. Don't need to do anything to it, just let it move. Okay, last breath. And then let's get a hold behind one of your thighs. The other leg is just bent in towards your chest. We're going to roll up using this one leg for leverage. You need to try and get really round. So tuck your head right in towards that knee. Take a breath in. Breathe out and then add a bit of momentum so you flip up to sitting. You're going to come up to this kind of position. Take a breath in. Exhale, we're going to flip back and change the leg you're holding on to. Come up holding on to the other knee or the back of your thigh. We're going to exhale for the whole roll. We've held on to leg, his foot is forward of the other leg. We're swapping. If you've had any fusion in your vertebrae, or you've got osteoporosis, or even advanced osteopenia, or you come down with a slap, then don't do this. Just stay up, and we'll have a little bit of a stretch after this. You can cross your legs and just drop your hands. Put your hands on the floor in front of your legs, and drop your head. One more. We're going to finish sitting up. Okay, so we're sitting up, and let's stretch one leg out in front of you and tuck the other foot in, foot right up, so your heels right up in your groin, toes up towards the ceiling of that leg. Arms are out wide. We're going to turn towards your front leg. We're going to reach the opposite hand, try and cut off that toe. The other hand is going to reach behind you. Tuck your chin. Stretch as far as you can over that foot. And then let's come up to sitting. Let's do that again. Big breath in, breathe out, reach forward. Cut the little toe off. And then let's come up. Let's swap legs. Sit up tall, toes up towards the ceiling, arms out wide. Breath in. Breathe out, twist and reach. And then let's sit up again. Okay, let's do that again. Twist, reach, tuck your chin in. Okay, and then let's sit up. Let's cross your legs. Let's recross your legs if you've gone into your regular cross. Might not be able to tell at this point because we've done all irregular things. Hand out to the side and the other arm comes up overhead. Take a big breath in. Breathe out. And let's go to the other side. Reach. Okay, we're going to do one more on each side. We're going to turn our palm up towards the ceiling as you side bend. Big breath in here. Breathe out, change. Big breath in, and then let's sit up. Okay, let's roll our shoulders. We're going to try finishing sitting down. Probably feel quite weird because I always do it standing up. Okay, let's drop your shoulders. Take both arms up. Reach up towards the ceiling. Take a big breath in. Turn your palms away from each other. Explosive breath out as your arms come down. We'll do that 2 more times. Breathe in, reach up, turn. Breathe out. Again. And turn. And breathe out. Does feel weird, doesn't it? Ending that way after 10 years, whatever it is, of ending the other way.